Russia is expelling 2 U.S. diplomats over allegations they were involved in illegal activity. The country's foreign ministry says the first and second secretaries at the U.S. embassy have 7 days to leave Russia. They are accused of maintaining contact with a former consulate employee who was charged earlier this year for collaborating with a foreign state. The U.S. calls the expulsion order unprovoked and accused Moscow of attempting to intimidate and harass U.S. embassy employees. CBS News intelligence and national security reporter Olivia Gazis joins me now. Olivia, so what's the backstory to this expulsion, or is the backstory that Russia just wants to shove back because the U.S. is aiding Ukraine?
I think it could be column A and column B, John. I mean, there is a backstory here, but it's pretty flimsy. And as you mentioned, it goes back months. So the Russians are expelling these 2 diplomats for being in touch with a former longtime Russian national consular employee who the U.S. has always maintained his job was to read and translate public media reports. And the Russians have accused effectively of being a spy. So they arrested him in May and they charged him last month. That's a long lead time for this kind of expulsion to be happening now. So is it coincidental that this is happening as the U.S. announces a huge slate of new sanctions? Maybe. Probably not. But the fact of the matter is that these kinds of tit-for-tat expulsions have become pretty routine, especially since the start of the invasion. You can fully expect that the U.S. will take its own measures. It will expel its own Russian diplomats from its soil. And that's why these kinds of steps have come to take on sort of a diminishing returns aspect to them, because they're so predictable. We don't know who, we don't know exactly when, but you'd better believe there's a list ready to go for the tit-for-tat.
Well, and you mentioned the sanctions. Those were a part of what was already a kind of steady doling out of these sanctions. What do we know about the U.S., the State Department and Treasury Department put these sanctions out? What do we know about them?
Sure. Well, so they're unique because they are, for one, sweeping. It's more than 150 entities and individuals that are affected by this. And 2, there's a novel aspect of targeting entities that are within third parties. So in countries like the UAE, Georgia, Finland, Turkey, that apparently have been helping the Russians sidestep some of the measures the U.S. has put in place to prevent it from getting its hands on sensitive Western technologies that it needs to build precision and advanced weapons. Because the Russians have shown themselves to be pretty savvy in sidestepping those measures. So even if U.S. export controls have been effective in preventing Russians from directly getting these technologies, it turns out that the Kremlin still enjoys a pretty robust network of entities, if not entire countries, that facilitate the smuggling of these technologies. We're talking chips and other microelectronics that you can imagine are pretty tiny and pretty hard to interdict. And that's exactly why this effort to now clamp down on Russia's workaround needs to extend pretty far beyond Russia itself.
Last question. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky is visiting the Washington maybe next week. There are reports anyway. What do we know about that trip, and what do we think's on the agenda?
That's right. Well, first, he's expected to descend on the UN General Assembly, where a critical mass of other world leaders will be, where he's expected to make an appeal for continued support to Ukraine, which is coming at a critical time as this narrative builds that the counteroffensive has been slow, has been a slog, is potentially ill-fated. So he's going to take a lot of meetings and shake a lot of hands, and he's going to potentially try to bolster support for the Ukrainian peace proposal that the Ukrainians have put forth in recent months. As you mentioned, he's also expected to come to Washington, D.C., where he will meet with President Biden and address the U.S. Congress, where you know well, John, that there is a vocal faction of House Republicans increasingly reluctant to continue support for aid to Ukraine. Zelensky is coming here at a critical time to argue that his country needs more, not less, in this moment.
Indeed. Olivia Gazis in Washington for us. Thanks so much.
Thanks, John.